Hey y'all, welcome to the Suburban Stitcher podcast. My name is Diane and today is August 18th, I think. 18th, 2019. Welcome to this episode that I think is pretty short, but I'm in a groove of recording every week, and I know that this coming week is very busy for us, and so I have a little bit of time today, and I just want to keep checking in with you guys and give you an update. It's actually been quite the busy crafting week, or knitting week. Crafting is the general umbrella term, which knitting comes under, because it's only been knitting. So, I actually have a finished object this week to show you. You probably will never be able to guess what it is, but I finished Kimba, and it's not blocked. I literally just finished it a night or two ago. And let me tell you a little bit about this project. So I think I showed this last week as a thing that I've been working on for almost 2 years. It was one of the 5 projects that I have tasked myself with finishing in 2019. I had What the Fade, Kimba, Adventurous Wrap, The Rugged Coat, and I always forget the name, but it's a lace and beaded shawl by Boo Knits. And they're all on my project pages. I talked about them a week or two ago. This is my personal whip down for these 5 whips specifically, because I want the finished objects, which requires actually knitting. Anyway, so Kimba is knit out of Suburban Stitcher singles. I originally was going to make the large version of this shawl, and I talked about how I was having a little bit of trouble with memorizing the lace repeats, and I thought that that was what was keeping me kind of, not really able to get through the rows as quickly as I would have thought. And I picked it up, and again, that definitely was it. I also think that, again, hindsight is 2020. I started this 2 years ago. I first of all probably should have knit this on a larger size needle. But I kept going with where I was. Certainly my gauge is a little bit looser now than it was in 2017 when I started it, but all things being equal, the shawl, as it will be from here to eternity, is done, and I love it. I love the colors. So again, this is Suburban Stitcher single ply. This color is Menagerie, which was a kind of monthly exclusive back when I was doing bags and yarn kits. So that's been a while. Menagerie. This is Sage. A little bit closer. Sage, and then this color is Tainted Love. I think I was going to originally do the large version, which put another section of sage and then coal at the end. And I just decided that a shawlette is going to be perfect. Now, this is lace, it is garter stitch, so it is going to grow when it is blocked, for sure. Right now, it seems very short and very small, but I have faith because I know the nature of knitting and garter stitch. Right now, this seems like way too small. But I think even if it just grew, 10 to 15%, which I know it will grow more than that, it would be a much better shawlette size. So I am going to work this week on having kits for this pattern dyed up and available at my trunk show this weekend, which is at Yarn Store Boutique in Spring, Texas. And that's part of the Houston area yarn crawl. So if you're local to my area, that would certainly be a great thing for you to participate in. So that, like I said, I hope to have kits I will dye up, I will, not I hope to, I will dye up kits this week for the yarn crawl and then maybe for the shop, have it as a dyed to order option in the shop if you like it. But I think the colors work together beautifully. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all done. I love this because it's like color, but it still is pretty neutral at the same time. It's not a lot of in-your-face color. So this is Kimba by Amba O'Brien, and this is the small version. So now that leaves me with only 3 of my official whip down projects left, and that is the rugged coat, my adventurous wrap, and the lace and bead shawl. I have done maybe 4 rows on the lace and bead shawl over the last week or 2. And then I also have done, again, about 4 rows on the adventurous wrap. Not enough progress on either one of those to bring it out and show you, but slow and steady progress is happening. So maybe next week, depending on what I work on and how things are going, I will show you those. So this took a lot of my knitting time this week. And then the second project that I started because I've been staring at the yarn that I've put aside for it since June, and so 2 months, and I just said, you know what, Diane, you've got to start this. So I did, and I am so excited about it. So I have finally started the Love Note sweater by Tin Can Knits. I am using Suburban Stitcher yarn in a new-ish colorway. It's new this summer. It's funny. So this is Sage, is just a bluey green, I guess I would say. I don't know. It's just a brighter green. And this is a more brownish green. This color is called Lonely. Like I said, it's a relatively new color to the shop. It's this kind of pale gray green, I guess is a better, grayish, yellowy green. I don't know. But it does have some light, very, very sparse speckles in it. I'm using Lonely as both the mohair and the single ply fingering weight yarn for this project. And I have finished with the lace. Let's see if I can get my needles untangled here. Kind of a mess of yarn happening right now. Wow, that is not going to be fun. Okay, hold on. I've got to try to get this untangled before it becomes a matted, horrible mess. Okay, there we go. Here's the back, so I'll show you from here. This is definitely going to be oversized, as it should be. I wanted it oversized and flowy. I have finished the lace for the yoke, and I have maybe 5 or 6 increase rows, and then I split for the sleeves, so then it will go even quicker. It feels like it's still zooming by very quickly, but then I will lose about 70 stitches or so, maybe even close to 80, and then it should really fly. So this is Love Note. You can see this is the color when it's all knit up. I'm knitting this exactly as I didn't gauge swatch because it's really oversized. But I am using the called for, like, recommended yarn and needles, and so in theory it should all be pretty close. It seems very, very loose, but again, I'm just trusting the pattern, trusting the process, trusting the people that I know that have knit them, and it's been successful. I do know that you go back and pick up the neck and knit the ribbing, which is great because as of right now, this would almost go over my shoulders. So I'm hoping that that snugs up quite a bit. But yeah, this is going very quickly. Like I said, I've been really enjoying working on this week, and I hope to get quite a bit done this next week. This is kind of now my focus project, because my schedule for work this week is pretty busy, and then also, but just between work and personal life, family life, this week is quite a different week. We have family coming in town and for the next week and a half, and my kids are starting school next week, so it's kind of our last week of summer, and there's always lots of errands and appointments and all the last minute things to do. So plus the really busy work schedule that I have before we leave to go out of the country in under 2 weeks now. So crazy. So that's my knitting, like just 2 things to talk about. I've done a little bit of knitting here and there on some socks and other, like I said, a couple of other shawls, but nothing that's earth-shattering enough progress to show you. So that's really it for knitting and for projects and all of that. Hello, lovelies. Looking to see, and I don't have anything that has come in to show you this week. So that's really it. Shop news. There is a lot of yarn in the shop, you guys. There's lots of Surrey alpaca that I've restocked. There is lots of single ply that I'm restocking some colors of that have sold out. There are, same with mohair, DK, and the sock yarn, all the bases. I will be pulling actually some things out of the shop, so there will be some colors that will start getting pulled out over the next day or two as I pull stock to get ready for the trunk show. Again, that is at the Yarn Store Boutique in Spring, Texas on Saturday. I'll be there for their entire opening hours, which I believe is 10 to 5:30. So that will be happening. And yeah, and then after that, what's the next event after that where you can find yarn? The next yarn event will be at the Knitting at the Estate retreat, which is the Leading Men Fiber Arts retreat in Illinois that I'm very excited to attend. So my first time to Illinois, and I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, how can this be a 13-minute episode? How is that even possible? Oh, I know what I can show you is I do have a few new fall colors that will be, most of these are debuting first at the trunk show this weekend, and then I may put them in the shop as dyed to order or custom orders. So what that means is they will not be like in the shop in the ready to ship listings. I will put the pictures of them in the I have a colorways page, and that is the list that you can request custom orders from. And so I've had several people making custom orders lately. Thank you so much. I love doing those because then I know you're getting exactly what you want. Yeah, so here's some new fall colors, some oldies and some new ones. Actually, I think everything in this bucket is a new color. So this color, it comes out a little bit different depending on the base, as most do, because of the content of the yarn. But this color is called Chicory. So you can see here, it's kind of a warmish brown, medium toned brown. This is on the DK weight, so it's 100% super fine superwash merino. And this is merino and nylon. So the nylon does something to it that kind of pulls out a little more red in it. And then this gets a little more of the golden. So Chicory is new. This is a new color that I've only dyed one, these couple of test batches. I really hope I can repeat it because I love it. This one is called Swamp, and it's just a really good scummy olivey greenish brown, and it's got some orangey bits in it, and I really am excited about this color. It's called Swamp. And pumpkin. I have a color called Pumpkin, or Obligatory PSL, which is a pumpkin that has some, it's like oranges, but it also has some browns in it, and it's more variegated. And this is a tonal. There's a lot of colors that, a lot of dyes that went into making this one. But it's just a really good, and that's maybe a little bit better. It's just a good harvesty, pumpkin-y, orangey brown, brownish orange. And then this is a new color that's called Shell. And it is a very, very pale kind of shell peachy color. So it's, you can see that it kind of has these orangey pink undertones, but it's more of a solid. Whereas like Nudie Patootie has layers of color and undyed. This is all dyed, but it's very, very pale. So this Shell, Pumpkin, Swamp, and Chicory. These are new colors. Oh, that looks really pretty together. And so I'm excited to have those up for my trunk shows this weekend. I'm excited to get some custom order options for you for these fall colors. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for watching, for your support of my show and my podcast and my business. And I hope to see you at some of these events that I have coming up. Again, if you're wondering where I'm going to be or where my yarn is going to be for the rest of this year, please go ahead and take a peek at the events page on my website, suburbanstitcher.com. And until next time, bye y'all.